That's all ever be.
Hey. So, what do you think of the book?
Best book I've ever read. All four of them.
All four of them? I've only read two.
I'm reading the fourth one.
Breaking Dawn?
Yeah.
Do you think the movie will be any good?
It should be, but I don't think some of the actors were picked the right way, but I think it should be a good movie.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character?
Probably Jacob.
Jacob Black?
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner? Do you think they picked a good person for him?
I haven't seen the person, so I don't know.
You don't know who Taylor Lautner is?
I can't put a face.
If you were in the Twilight world, what would you be?
Vampire.
Vampire? Do you think the movie will complement the book?
Maybe, but they can't fit everything that was in the book in the movie.
True. So, which showing are you going to?
12:15.
So you're going to the midnight premiere.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
Very.
Very excited. Are you going to see it with anyone or just by yourself?
I'm going with a couple of friends. Trying to drag them along.
Do your friends understand the book at all?
Never read it.
So you're dragging friends along who are pretty much just like, I'll see the film, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Just another movie.
Pretty much.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
So we're from HarshlyReligious.com's Critic Corner. I'm Nikki T.
Hi.
This is CJ.
Hi.
And we pretty much just like going around seeing what people think of the movie's going to be about. So do you think the movie will be any good at all?
I hope so. I paid money for it. At least somewhat entertaining.
Who's your favorite character in the book?
Probably Edward.
Edward.
He's mysterious.
Mysterious Edward.
Mysterious.
If you were in the Twilight world, what would you be? Vampire, human, or werewolf?
I'd be Alice.
You'd be Alice?
I'd be Alice.
You'd be Alice.
Sassy, classy. She likes Porsches. I like Porsches.
Do you think the movie will complement the book at all?
Yeah, it'll do like what it did with like Harry Potter, you know, like people who weren't so big into the books, you know, might go see the movie and then like might be interested in reading the books. The books are always better, always.
Yes. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
So, what do you think of the book?
I love the books. These are
Who's your favorite character?
Alice.
Alice Cohen?
Alice Cohen. Yes, definitely.
So, do you think the movie will be any good at all?
I don't really have high expectations for it from what I've seen so far, but I'm going to give it a chance because it is separate from the book, and everybody's adaptations are going to be different. I'm leaving myself open for disappointment, but I'm also leaving myself open to be really impressed by it. So. Yeah. Well, in the whole scene with the van and the truck, he doesn't jump over the truck in the book.
He stays there.
Yeah, he stays with her, but you got to change things a little bit.
Yeah, because it was first person in Bella's point of view, and then they changed it third person. So we have to be able to get everyone else's point of view.
Yeah, very much so.
So what do you think of the Nomads?
The Nomads, little scary, little sexy.
What about Laurent?
Lauren, not so much. Not with the dreads.
The dreads, yeah.
Not with the dreads. That was a little.
He seemed more like he would have straighter hair.
Yeah, or even like real short hair. Not so much.
Yeah.
The Rasta dreads, I guess you could say.
What about Victoria?
Victoria, I pictured her hair being much redder. Like,
It seemed more orange, doesn't it?
yeah, because they keep explaining her as like a fire.
Fury redhead.
Yeah, and it's not even close. Her hair's almost blonde.
Like a strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you were in the Twilight world, who or what would you be? A vampire, human, or werewolf?
Vampire.
You'd be a vampire, and who would you want to be, Alice?
Yeah. Definitely Alice.
Do you like who they picked for Jasper?
Somewhat.
Can you picture them together?
Yeah, because I've watched interviews with them, and they're just, they seem like they're just really good friends, but I've only really seen pictures of them, and they don't have too many interviews with them, and they don't show them in the trailers and stuff like that too much, so we'll have to see a little bit more.
Well, thank you for your time.
No problem.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Annalise.
Annalise.
Yeah.
So you're here to see the Twilight movie.
Duh.
So what do you think of the book?
I loved it. I really didn't like New Moon, and I'm personally a hybrid Jacob Edward fan because I think that Jacob has a lot of sensitivity for her and let her be herself, but with Edward,
she has to be a
she
totally
loves
different
him.
person, but she loves him, yeah.
And I think that she gave up too much to fall in love with Edward. Like, she got rid of her whole family and her whole life and all her friends just for him. But I think he's a pretty sweet dude, so I'm like, it's like a catch-22 about that. So that's pretty much my opinion. And I think that New Moon sucked because it was so boring because Edward wasn't in there and there was no excitement, and Bella was just like, I'm evil, I'm all gonna die. So yeah, and then I like Twilight and Breaking Dawn the best, and I think Renesmee is like the best name ever. So yeah.
So
I'd personally hate to be a werewolf.
Yeah, the hair.
I know,
the hair. Do you think the movie will be any good?
I don't know, because the first like soundtrack for Bella's Lullaby was awesome, but then the new song that they made was like terrible. Well, I don't think it's terrible, but it's okay. And I like cried the first song, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so sweet. And then this one, I was like, so I don't know, but it's kind of like I really want to see it, but I don't know if I don't want it to wreck the movie, you know.
The book.
The book, sorry.
Who's your favorite character?
Rosalie, Renesmee, Bella, or Edward.
So, if you were in the Twilight world, what would you be? A vampire, human, or a werewolf?
Vampire.
Vampire, definitely.
Actually, half-breed.
A half-breed, like Renesmee? So, thank you. Hi, I'm Nikki T from Parks School's Critics Corner. We run a critic website. So, on the card is we have our MySpace, the main site, and the YouTube. So, so what do you think of the book?
I loved it. It was amazing, and people give me crap because I'm 25 years old and I love the book. No, it's great. Like, everybody at work was giving me crap, and then they all started reading it, and they love it. So, and then they're all like, they all read my books to borrow the other ones to finish the series, and we got one of the girls' moms is reading it now. So
that's awesome. So, what's your opinion on what the movie's going to be about? Like, what it's going to be like?
Well, I went to the Comic-Con thing, and I got to see like sneak peeks and everything, and so I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be well. I mean, of course, it's not going to be just like the book. Like, no movies are just like the book. So, but I think it's going to be like a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Think it's going to be that good?
Yeah.
So, do you like who they casted for the?
Everyone except for what's her name?
Rosalie?
No, one of the bad ones, Victoria.
Victoria, yeah, her hair isn't exactly right as it should have been.
Yeah, it's not fire red.
It's like strawberry blonde orange.
Yes, it's not the right color.
Yeah. She seemed, and not to mention, what do you think about them adding Victoria into the prom scene?
Oh, I don't think that's going to be very well. I mean, I guess if people haven't read the book, it might help them understand more.
That's just what and that's why I was saying, because like I've seen a lot of the clips and that stuff. They've changed so much stuff around. Like at Comic-Con, did you see the one where they bring Bella to the house?
Yeah, that
was a little odd because, you know, as you notice that Alice is too soft in her stuff, and she's graceful, but she's just like they made a good Alice, but she's not as characterized as what you would expect in the book.
I think if they do sequels, that they'll be better. I think because they read the books pretty much when they got cast, so they didn't have a chance to actually fall into the role. So hopefully, I mean, they're kind of new at this. I mean, they've never really been in that many big movies, so this is new for them.
Yeah.
I think they'll do pretty well.
Who's your favorite character? I can read it.
My favorite character. It's a toss-up between Jacob and